Good morning, everybody. Good morning from Canterbury or Shepherd's Hill, which is a land feature of Newcastle, and we are here for the break of day, and it's quite a lovely morning. Sunrise is due. Oh, hi Joanne, how are you? Yeah, I know you're still in Facebook jail. What? That's just it's so punishing, isn't it? There we go, look at the sky this morning. Hi Tish, welcome, lovely to see you. We are missing your posts, Joanne. We're missing your travels and your postcards. All right, so yeah, it's not fun, is it? So here we are, we're at Shepherd's Hill, and we're going to walk down towards the Bogey Hole. Hi Laurie, good morning. It's just a few minutes before sunrise, and we are here at a place called The Hill, which is a lovely street. Have a look at the houses along this street. Tish says, I've never known a convict before, Joanne. It's very exciting. Well, Richard will try and tell you that I've got convict heritage, but it's not true.
It's true.
It's not true.
It's true.
We've never traced our family back to the First Fleet.
I have.
Who's... oh, hi, Fliss. Welcome. Been wondering when you're going to turn up in your old stomping ground. And hi, Cindy. Yeah, the Fliss. Great to see you. So Fliss, for those who don't know, Fliss is an expat that lives in Florida. And she used to come on lots of my Hago tours. But here we are in her actual old stomping ground in Newcastle. And looking at the hill, which is above King Edward Park. And this is the sunrise here this morning. We're going to be looking out over the Bogey Hole, Fliss, and busy with work and life. Yeah, I totally understand. And here we are at Shepherd's Hill. So I'm going to turn the camera around in just a second. Bear with me. I'll come over here. Laurie, it was a Google Map reference that looked for advertising. Oh, yeah. Lots of people have been getting suspensions lately. Poppy has completely lost her account. She can't get back into it at all. They're asking her to provide a video to prove who she is, and she's reluctant to do that. And then there's a discussion on Reddit that even says that doesn't work anyway, so she doesn't want to do that. Laurie says, I just want one floor of one of those with a tiny balcony. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? They are so pretty, these houses along here. Really beautiful. Cindy says, hi Tish, does working in prison for 25 years make me a convict? Well, by association perhaps. All right, let's turn the camera around and say good morning to you all. Okay, good morning everyone. And hi Dawn, I just noticed you pop in. It's a cold, brisk morning here in Newcastle. We are standing on a place called Shepherd's Hill, or in the indigenous local language of the Awabakal people, it's also known as Canterbury. And before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional lands of the Awabakal and the Warramai people, and pay my respect to their elders, past, present and emerging. Okay, so let's go and enjoy this beautiful morning here in Newcastle, with the sun rising over the Pacific Ocean or the Tasman Sea, depending on which way you look at it. Apparently it's, strictly speaking, it's the Tasman Sea because it's between us and New Zealand. Hi Emily, great to see you. Fliss says, lived in one of those houses in Sydney in the 90s. Oh, it was run down. Oh, I will take cold any day. Yeah, you guys in the Northern Hemisphere are feeling it right now, aren't you? All right, so this is Signal Hill, and its old fortifications have been preserved. There's a gun emplacement up ahead. This was built in the late 1890s to defend against the Russians, apparently. I'm not sure how the Russians figured in this part of the world, but apparently that's where it all started. So I think this little colony out here in the way over in the other side of the world was a little bit paranoid about losing territory to any other European power at the time, including the French. So fortifications were built and gun emplacements installed, and these are the remnants of those times. It's really pretty here, and now what we're overlooking just in front of us between the trees is Newcastle Beach. If I can find a spot where we can actually see down there, it might be better a little further up. Newcastle Pool is out on the point just down here at the end of Newcastle Beach. Hi Annette, good to see you. There we are. So if I zoom in here, there we go. Out on the point there, that's Newcastle Ocean Baths. It was actually closed for a couple of years while they were doing renovations, but it's reopened just at the end of last year. It's a really lovely pool and really cops it in wild weather. Some of you may have seen a reel I posted. I posted it on TikTok, and I think I posted on Instagram as well, with people getting bobbed around and washed all over the place during the big seas that happened there just a few weeks ago. And then this here is, I think it was used as a radar signal post. Is that right? Do you recall? World War II was used as a radar signal post, I think. And Annette says, my fingers are about all that's working after my 9-mile bike ride. All right, so we're going to walk down some stairs here. I'm going to take it a little bit slow. We're heading towards King Edward Park Lookout, and Rich is going to be our spotter this morning. This is going to be the location for an official whale count. So there's going to be quite a few set up along the east coast of New South Wales this coming Sunday. Emily, I think you might know that Richard in Palm Beach is doing an all-day event up at Bilgola Headland. As part of that, he's going to be spending the day with an actual researcher. It's a few more steps than I recall. That's all right. We'll just go slowly. So, of course, I chose that day to be a long way from the sea. Sunday we're going to be out at Lithgow on the other side of the Blue Mountains visiting my daughter. So we're not going to be anywhere near where they're doing the official counts. Just stand aside for a second. But that's happening this coming Sunday, and this is one of the sites that's going to be used for the official count. I'll just pause here and have a look around. It's sunrise, Fliss, not sunset. Oh, did you say Surf Fest? Yes, it is. The Surf Fest, yes. Beg your pardon, I thought you said sunset. Yeah, so this is looking towards Newcastle Beach and Newcastle Ocean Baths. And the Sunday after that, you'll be making pumpkin soup on Virtual Kitchen, yeah. Emily says, my oldest graduated elementary school this morning. She's on to junior high in the fall. Congratulations, Emily. All right, so, oh, here it comes. Here we go. Just getting our first glimpse of the sun coming up over the sea now, just making its appearance between the clouds. By the time we round this bend just ahead of us, we'll be able to see that all the way down. Lots of people using this path for their running. So yes, as I was saying, Rich is going to be our lookout. We're going to be eyes peeled for any whales this morning out there. But of course, they're always a long way out. I never see them. They're usually just dots for me. Little puffs of spray if I'm lucky. This park up ahead looks like it's a dog off-leash area. I can see 3 or 4 big dogs having the time of their life running around. Fliss, I think you may remember we did a tour a couple of years ago at the formal gardens on the other side of this hill here, on the road that leads down to the Bogey Hole. So we're taking a different path down today. That time we came down that road to get to the Bogey Hole. All right, I think that's almost all the stairs done. Oh. Rich is going to bring the car down for us so I don't have to climb back up again. And there's the sun making its appearance now over the ocean, looking rather lovely. Yes, the bird, you got a recording of it. I think we decided in the end that it's a butcher bird. I remember you sent me a recording while we were all trying to identify the call of the bird. In fact, I think I can hear it again now. That's a crow. I'm sure I heard that same call again. Fliss very kindly sent me a recording while we were all trying to figure out what the bird call was a couple of years ago when we did the tour here. And Emily says, nice Fliss, so jealous here on the Canadian prairies. I can hear it, it's faint, but I can actually hear it. It's not a magpie, I can tell you that. All right, so here we go. Look at the sky now. It's looking lovely. And we are actually coming down to the lookout point for where almost tripped. That would have been interesting. Caught my heel on the edge of the step. ORCA is the organisation, ORCCA, and they're the ones managing the official whale census this coming Sunday. So we're going to pause here at the lookout down here, and then I'll make a decision on whether I'm going to take the path any further down the hill, depending on whether my knees and ankles will allow me to do that. Okay. Yeah, it is, and the bike's coming up it. Cindy said that's a sharp turn. So we were going to park here and start from here, but I thought it'd be far more interesting to start from the top of that staircase. This is where the whale census is going to happen this coming Sunday. We can't see the sunrise from here, so I won't linger here for the moment. We'll go watch the sunrise happen, and then we'll come back and have a look down from this point towards the Bogey Hole and see the coast in the direction of Merewether, which is where Surf Fest was being held that Fliss referred to a moment ago. But you can hear the sea, you can hear the sound of the ocean. And down there is the Bogey Hole. That's the swimming pool carved out of rock. There we go. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. Oh, and add a few more goes on your new bike and you'll be fit like him as well. You'll be going up the hills. I'm going to show you the sea washing over this pool in a moment, but let's just look at this gorgeous sky. Isn't that stunning? And down in front of it, there's the Newcastle Ocean Baths. And it says, yeah, in the back of an ambulance. All right, I am going to look down. This is wild. Look at this. So that's the Bogey Hole. Look at it. You wouldn't find anyone, even without the cold, you wouldn't find anyone swimming in there today. It's a gorgeous pool, Fliss, absolutely gorgeous, but a bit dangerous today. Look at that. All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's look over here though. And Richard's got his eyes keenly peeled to see if any whales are passing. This is the whale migration season. Sorry? Go get the binoculars. Well, you ought to bring the car down here anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, Annette, he has. Richard has swum in there. In fact, on one of my tours, I think we watched him dive in, if I recall. I think that was on one of my tours. I'll have to go looking for the... Yes, there are surfers out there, Cindy. I'll have to go looking for the footage for that. There are, I can see 2, 3... I think I can see 3. Dawn's asked me to zoom in on the sun for a moment. Sure, Dawn, let's go in. Let's go in close. Try and get it to focus. That's the only problem. I do lose clarity when I go in a little bit too close. That's it, Emily. We did. I'm loving the colour cast on the surface of the sea right now. Look at that. It's a lovely beach, Fliss, really lovely. And there was a surf contest held there not long after we first arrived back. So it would have been probably January, February. There was a surf contest being held here. But the big one, Surf Fest, we actually managed to catch some of that. Annette will remember we caught some of that on one of my Where Am I Wednesday tours a few weeks ago. All right, so that's pretty much it for the sun. It's put on its full show right now. And let's go back and have a look at this pool. So this is the Bogey Hole. It was actually a commandant's, what was his name? I've forgotten his name again. A local commandant's personal bath. so it started out as, you know, a small pool in the rocks, and he used to come down here and take his personal bath, and then he got the old convicts to help him dig it out a bit bigger. And now it's actually officially Australia's oldest ocean baths. How deep does it get? I can't remember if it came just up to chest height for Richard when he was in there. I haven't been in there, but I think it came up. No, it was. Oh gosh, Fliss. I should have done this, shouldn't I? I should have looked that up. It's one of the names of the towns around here, though. I'll try and remember. I'm just looking back through the comments. Fliss says, I went to Surf Fest once upon a time when Mark Richards was surfing and Kelly Slater was just starting out. John Hunter is the name of the hospital. No, that wasn't the commandant. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for Richard to come back. He's going to bring the car down. He's actually we've got some small binoculars in the car, so he's going to bring those as well. Morisset, thanks Fliss. Morisset, that's it, yep. I knew it was the name of one of the towns around here. And you can see that there are 3 surfers sitting out there at the moment. Where are they? Just beyond the break there. I'll remember at 3 a.m. Fliss has got it for me. No, there's no beach directly beneath us. If you walk around the rocks from here, it's actually the cliff base here is rather sheer, straight down to the ocean, and then it opens out to Merriweather Beach around the point. You have beaches called Bar Beach, Cooks Hill. There's a walkway. We've taken you along the Anzac Memorial Walkway down to Cooks Hill Beach from the top of the hill up there. Where we saw the house right at the beginning is the start of the Anzac Memorial Walkway. So between here and there, it's fairly sheer cliffs. All right, just waiting for Richard to come down, and then we'll walk down this path down here, and we're all going to cross our fingers that the signal holds. Generally, there's only one point down there that's a little bit sketchy, but on the whole, generally we've been able to hold the signal all the way down to the pool, and that's what I'm hoping to do, is actually make it all the way down to the Bogey Hole. But I need to I need to will my knees to take me there. And this is what the ocean's looking like right now. There's storms out on the horizon, dark clouds over there. We had a big sea yesterday. Pretty wild. We had winds at Nobby's recorded up to 95 kilometres yesterday. All our garbage bins got blown over yesterday, so it's calmed down today. But here, look, I'm going to lean out over and you get to see. Looking in that direction, that's beyond Merriweather. So if we were walking along the path on the other side of this headland, we would be heading towards Merriweather, and then that outcrop is beyond. I think that's where Dudley Beach is. All right, Rich is taking his time. He only had to walk up those few steps and then drive all the way around. He had to, because it's one way. This road is one way, so he has to drive all the way around and come back along this road here. But the sky is still looking beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. And the rather nice thing about this part of the world is that you can still actually pull up and park overnight in your camper legally. Thanks, Laurie. Yeah, I'm using Prism today, whereas the last few times I've either gone, if it's been a Where Am I Wednesday, I've been going direct from YouTube, and I think Prism handles this. It just handles the resolution in full 1080 much better than going direct from YouTube, whereas YouTube sort of bounces around. Don't jinx it, says Annette. So tomorrow we're actually heading down to Sydney, and around about midday I'm going to go to Swansea Heads, where there is the remains of a petrified forest, and we're going to go looking for it. I went there scoping yesterday, and Dawn wants me to zoom in again. Sure, Dawn, there we go. Went and scoped it yesterday, and I'm glad I did, because my original plan for my walk changed dramatically after actually seeing it for the first time. It's going to be a lot different to what I originally planned. But we'll be heading out to Swansea Heads, which is where Lake Macquarie empties out to the ocean between the Hunter River and basically Sydney Harbour. Thanks, Laurie. What do they say? You only hear it when it's bad news. So it's nice to hear the good news. It's like reviews and the news on television, isn't it? You only hear it when it's bad news. Rich is taking the longest route, I think, to get to here. I don't know where he is. All right, I'm going to start walking down, I think. Lake Macquarie, yeah. So Swansea heads tomorrow, Fliss, and we have been to Spears Point a couple of times, and Warners Bay as well on tours. So keep an eye out. Now that we're permanent residents here, I'm in your old stomping ground. I've been trying to get to the cathedral, but I haven't had a reply to my email. All right, we're going to take this nice and slow. For anyone who hasn't been keeping up with my news, I've had an MRI done on both knees a couple of days ago, and I hope to get the result of that today. Let's face it, I'm falling apart. And I just have to take things a little more slowly than once I used to. But at least I can still get out and about, hey? All right, so here's the sea here. Look at this. You have ancestors buried in the grounds there. I just thought I'd pause to listen. We just missed a crashing wave against the cliffs here. Okay, let's keep going. There's a lookout point just down here. So yes, Swansea heads on tomorrow, around about midday my time, which I know is fine for most of you in the Americas, but really an unfriendly time for anyone in the Europe, UK time zones. My apologies, but we're on our way towards the Bogey Hole. Lost the signal. Oh, okay, all right, I'm going to go back up the hill then. Okay, we're going to go back up, guys. All right. I'm back? Okay. All right, I'm not going to risk going down these stairs then if I've lost the signal. I was going to head down because it would have got worse as we got in behind that hill down towards the Bogey Hole. It would have only got worse, not better. So we won't risk that. I will head back up to the top of these stairs and we'll just watch everything from up there. So we won't go down to the Bogey Hole today. Keep going down, Lynn, says Emily. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The stairs are doing me in. I would have. What I think I might do instead is walk along the roadway. I have a feeling that might be safer, so let's give that a try. And no stairs that way. Bonus. Okay, so am I back? You said I was buffering again. Am I back now? I've got a sniffly nose this morning. Sorry guys, if you hear a sniffle. I try to hide them. Alright, what's this little bird here? Not sure what you are. Yeah, not sure what this guy is. Looks a bit spotty. Yeah, and he's gone. We've got a magpie lark or peewee here, and they have quite a lovely call as well. Was that a Banksia? Yes, it was. Let's see if I've got another one coming up, or I have to go back. It was a Banksia, and I think there's another one coming up just here. Where are we? On my right. He's not too bothered. He just literally walked in front of me, in front of my feet. Here we go, Fliss. Look at this. There we go. So it's just coming into flower. These are all young flowers. The really early ones that haven't opened up yet are those thin spikes over there. Oh, these aren't the old man Banksias. These aren't the ones with the big googly eyes, like in Snugglepot and Cuddlepie. They don't seem to have the big seeds. You can see the older ones down there. But yeah, that's the I guess that's the height of the flower, that one. They're all the same, they're all scary. Alright, I'm not seeing any whale action, so I don't think they're going to come in nice and close to us at this point here, but my eyes aren't really good enough to see if they're out and about further out either. And over here we can see the cathedral that we were talking about. Here you go, Fliss. There it is. Just as we come around this bend in the road, there's the cathedral. I think it might have been a little wattle bird as opposed to a red wattle bird. There's a magpie on top of that telegraph pole. You can hear him calling, go climb it. It's actually closed at the moment, the climb. Rich is pointing at something. Oh, I did see a splash. So there's that big ship out there. Oh, I saw a splash. Okay, do you see where the boat is? Yeah, there's splashes happening out there.
See it?
Yeah, I can see the splashes. Yeah.
It's one over to the left and then one over.
So, yeah, there's definitely splashes happening out there. Oh, there's another one just to the right of the ship. Saw another one just then. It's really hard. I mean, I don't want to zoom in any further because we'll be scooting left and right to try and see them. But hopefully you are catching some of those splashes that we're seeing. That's exciting, it really is. It's so many whales coming through now, but I never get a chance to actually see them. I've seen so much extraordinary drone footage and photos from people. Oh, that one, did you see that? Yeah, another one. Yeah, I think all we're going to see today, Dawn, is the splashes, but even that's exciting, isn't it? Just knowing they're there. Oh, another big one.
Not a lot, really.
Oh,
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
my arm's getting sore shielding my eyes from the sun.
Very.
Well, we started going down the stairs and I lost the signal, so now I'm walking down the road instead. But not sure how far we'll get. I'm not sure if we'll get it down to the Bogey Hole or not. The sea looks amazing right now because the spray is blowing back off the top of the waves. Look at that. And the sun's catching it. I think I saw another splash over there and another one there. Oh, look, there's another splash there. I'm going to walk a little way that way, I think. Yeah. Do you need to?
It's fair.
All right, okay. Because we can't get much closer to the Bogey Hole, I don't think, by road. Okay. All right, let's see how far we get along this road. Yeah, I think there's a small boat out there, Emily. Either that or it's a buoy. But not actually sure. We do get dolphins along here sometimes, but so I guess it could have been dolphins. They do come in closer to the beach. Just looking while I'm talking to you to see if that is the case. Is that a dolphin? Look, it's possible that there are dolphins out there. We have seen dolphins here off this beach before. Oh, Laurie, don't remind me. Don't remind me. That was awful, absolutely awful. Oh. For those who weren't there with us that day, I paid quite a lot of money to go out whale watching out of Sydney. Now, the first 45 minutes is just on the boat getting out of Sydney Harbour because Sydney Harbour is quite big, as you probably all know. And it takes that long to get from Circular Quay, where you board the boat, out to the heads. And once we're on board, they announced that there was a 3-metre swell. At which point I was just thinking, no, I want my money back now. I want to get off this thing. I don't want to go out in a 3-metre swell. Too late. Yeah, well, you know how the rest of the story goes. Needless to say, I had to stop the stream and apologise to everyone. It's pretty bad. Never seen so much green. Ooh. Yeah, it was awful. All right, I'm going to walk down through this lovely park. We'll see the rotunda. We'll see the lovely gardens down here. Yeah, look at this. This is the formal garden. And we'll cross. Yeah, Tish, same thing happened to Alex. Matthew, hi, welcome. We saw some whales. Well, we saw some splashes from whales. And now we're in King Edward Park, and we're going to see how far we can get down towards the Bogey Hole before the signal cuts out. And hopefully we'll make it all the way down. But here's the beautiful rotunda in this lovely garden. Just here. Did I come back, did I? Oh, I don't even remember. I was so sick. I think at one point I might have even yelled out, "Kill me now," or something of that nature. It was just awful. I think I did you all a favour by cutting the stream when I did. It was ugly. No one needs to stay with me for that. All right, let's see how far we can get down towards the Bogey Hole. And everyone, keep your fingers crossed for me that the signal will hold as we head down here. At the moment I can't see your comments because the sun's just right in my face. Find some wombats. Emily, I wish I knew where to find them. There don't seem to be any around this part. We found flying foxes. I know where to go to find you some flying foxes. We'll have to do that tour sometime. Other than that, there's not even a reliable place I can take you to find kangaroos around here that I know of. How are we looking, guys? Is the signal still okay so far? Okay, we just need to hang in there for about 5 minutes and then we'll be at the Bogey Hole. Perfect. The Kangaroo Golf Course, Dawn, that's a friend of ours. His house backs onto that golf course. So it's about 4 hours from here drive. Actually, I think it might be further now. More like about 5 or 6 hours from here. There's that bird again. Did you hear it? Let me stop talking for a minute. That was it. That's the one that I think is a butcher bird. And yeah, his house backs onto the golf course. We've indicated interest in going back down there and staying with him again, but at the moment his spare bedroom is full of junk. So he doesn't really have anywhere for us to stay right now. There's a car. I didn't think you could drive down here. Okay. That would be good if Richard could bring the car all the way down here. All right, how are we looking? A butcher plant. We have a pitcher plant. Butcher plant. I can't think of what you're thinking of, Emily. All right, so far so good. Yes, we're still all here because this is looking pretty special right now. We only have a little further to go. Everything's looking good, thanks Dawn. Okay, so there's Newcastle Baths over in that direction. Looking for dolphins for you guys. So I'm not sure if I'm seeing dolphins or not. Sometimes it's just an unusual shape that forms in the waves because there's rocks underneath as well. Alright, so this is the way to the Bogey Hole, and we're going to go down and have a look over top of it. If the signal cuts out between here and there, I'll say goodbye to you now just in case. I'm seeing splashes out to sea as well. So, oh, saw a big splash. Did you see that? Alright, I'm going to keep the camera zoomed in and walk more slowly, just in case we see that splash again. It's a bit deceptive with the wave action, the swell as well. Sometimes what you think is possibly a whale splashing turns out just to be a bigger wave. Oh yeah, we've got dolphins right in front of us. There we go. Do you see them? It's a little pod of dolphins right in front of us. Yeah, my signal's bouncing around a bit though, so I'm not sure if everyone else is seeing. I'm hoping everyone's still there. But there's dolphins right. That was there. Okay, we've got people with their cameras out, everyone's seeing whales and dolphins at the moment, and I just want to get down. I want to take you down here because it's such a beautiful, amazing, spectacular place. Yeah. Why am I stopping here? Oh, there they are. Yeah, there's the dolphins. Wow. All right, they've gone down. Oh, there they are. They've gone off to the right there. There. There they are. Oh yeah, it's right in the front of that wave. Did you see them? And we are right above the Bogey Hole, guys. Here, check this out. Anyone fancy a swim? What a wild, wild sea we have today. Oh yeah. Okay, I think they want you to go in.
Yes.
They were, Dawn, they were. Are they still there? Yeah, there they are. They're just out there. I'd have to zoom in again to see them. What a beautiful morning. Oh gosh, everyone, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. We thought about calling it off for various reasons, but I'm so glad. Yeah, there's Richard's seeing spray out to sea, but it is a long way out. Here's the dolphins again. I think my signal might have gone. I'm down to 100. Yeah. I think I might have lost you guys, and I did. Okay. Richard says he can still see us. All right, but this is absolutely sensational.
Okay. It's freezing and going.
All right, guys. Look, what a way to finish, huh? We know that there's a chance that the signal might cut out. We're still waving madly. Oh, okay. waving. But this has been absolutely sensational. What a place, huh? And what a morning it's been. I'm going to turn the camera around and sign off. We're going to have one last.
Still going.
Yeah, I'm getting comments saying that it is still going. Let's turn the camera around. We'll finish up. That one there. All right. Thanks, everyone. This has been an absolutely beautiful morning. I'm so glad I was able to share it with you. And we saw plumes from whales, which is amazing, and we saw dolphins. So I'm happy. And the surf is just stunningly gorgeous. So thank you again for joining me. And I'm always grateful for all your support. I know that there are people here with me today who are very generous and support me on a monthly basis. And I just want to give you a shout out and say how much I do appreciate you. Anyone else, if you do feel inspired, please consider a small contribution, because that's what keeps me going and bringing you new content. All right, and Richard's showing me that he can see me on the camera. More beach walks, please. Emily, yes, they will come. We've just been juggling other things to make that happen. I tried one the other day and lost the signal completely. But Saturday morning, my time, we are speak to a lady who is part of a daily count on behalf of Orca. So hopefully we'll have a lovely sunrise and and we'll be able to talk to a lady who is involved in that. All right, thanks everyone. We're going to sign off. Bye for now.